Hello everyone, what's happening? This is Forgo, and today we're going to compare Hulk versus Namor in ABX. Now I know, Namor is numero uno, and I know that Apocalypse is maxing out the score because he has silence on his fifth skill here. I'm sorry, his fourth skill here. He has silence, so he can actually cancel the roars, or cancel the beast roar, which is going to keep him from decreasing damage received, which is going to enable Apocalypse to do more damage. However, Apocalypse is a native tier 2. He's very expensive to rank up. You got to buy his uniforms. Uniforms get more expensive. Everything just costs more with this guy, although he is a fantastic character. Namor is a paywall. So those of you that don't have Namor, those of you that don't have Apocalypse ranked up, or you're trying to conserve your resources, maybe you want to think about Hulk for your ABX, because he actually does really well. He's definitely the third best option compared to the other two, and he's a whole lot cheaper to rank up and a lot easier to build. So this is the team we're going to run with an ABX for him. Now, if you don't have Abomination, you're probably not going to do as good, because Hulk takes full advantage of this passive that Abomination has, increased damage dealt to super and super villains, and the increased chain hit damage by 20% when attacking. That's going to help Hulk big time, that extra damage. The leadership, this leadership is not, I don't think this is helping him. All attack is not going to help him as far as leadership, as far as I know, but I know that Hulk's going to benefit from the damage to super villains. And then we're going to use Taskmaster here for the same reason. For his uniform effect, that's going to increase damage dealt to super villains or superheroes. Super villains, what we care about. So Hulk's going to be benefited for both these guys, uniform effect and tier 2 passive. Namor, this is a team you're going to run with Namor. You want Red Hulk for that 60% increase to fire damage, and you want Taskmaster for the same thing. Now, as far as their builds, Hulk, he's still built exactly the same as I had him built. He has 81,000 HP. He is buffed up a little bit. It's kind of funny, actually. I'll tell you a little funny story in a second. But he has max everything except for attack speed, but attack speed is close enough. He has max skill cooldown. There's that gamma radiation tag. And he has all HP Odin's Blessing Urus. I actually got the extra HP from Namor. I had one of these sitting on Namor. Why in the hell I had an HP Uru on Namor, I'll never know. I don't think I was thinking straight that day, but I unequipped it and put it on Hulk to make him a little bit stronger. All the skills are 6, and he has a fully awakened Power Ranger Hulk set. He has the CTP of Rage, and he has a Mythic uniform with all the uniform options, all jacked up, mythic, blah, blah, and then heroic for this last one. Now, something that's really nice about Hulk is he's super easy to play. The Spit skill removes all debuffs. That means the silence that the beast has, he won't be able to silence you as long as you have that debuff up. That is fantastic, and I'll show you the rotation that I'm doing. I'll just show it right now. So whenever you're playing against the beast, and this is with a CTP of Rage, with a damage obelisk, it's going to be a little bit different. But what you want to do is you want to start with the 5, get that debuff, let the jet come down, and then hit the 3rd skill to get the HP buff, and then go into the 4. And you'll find the proc will land on the 3 and the 4, and then you're just going to go right back into your 5, or then you're going to go right into your 2, 1, and then you're going to go into your 5, your 3, and then the tier 3, and then the 4. You'll see what I'm doing. It's pretty easy, actually. The bad thing about Hulk is his tier 3 doesn't really do much damage. You don't want to let this tier 3 play out when you're playing in ABX. I've done a lot of testing, and he does way more damage if you just hit the tier 3, cancel into another skill. You'll get that 60% increase of all attack, but as far as the damage from the tier 3, it just isn't that good, which really sucks. Now, my Namor isn't fully built. He has 36,000 physical attack. He has 128 attack speed, max critical rate, close enough. And this hurts him a lot. He has 169 critical damage. 30% critical damage would make a big difference in his damage. A big difference. He has max ignore defense, max skill cooldown, and max dodge. So everything looks pretty good except for that critical damage. And I'm working on him. And he has no Odin's Blessings. All the videos you guys are going to see with Namor is he's got 11, 12 freaking Odin's Blessings. He's jacked, or more Odin's Blessings to get that 7 million. This is just a normal build. He does have mythic physical attack Urus, but no Odin's Blessings. There's nothing here because he won't benefit from anything. I could put attack speed there, but it really wouldn't make that much difference. All of his skills are at 6, and he has a fully awakened power of anger all set. Something about Namor is his force skill gives him an 8-hit guard for 8 seconds. And he can get silenced, although he usually doesn't. It's actually not that difficult to keep from getting silenced with Namor, so that's not a big deal. But that is something that's nice about Hulk compared to him, is Hulk just, man, he won't get silenced. He really won't. As long as you stay in the rotation, it's easy as hell. He has a CTP of Rage, and this hurts Namor as well. He has a legendary uniform. He doesn't have a mythic. I'm working on it, but as always, we need chips. So yeah, always chips, chips, chips. I could have took this thing up to mythic a long time ago if I wouldn't have been working on Hulk, but it is what it is. You take a look at his uniform options. We got Shuri and Wolverine both at mythic. Hulk at mythic. The next uniform is Ant-Man. I don't even have that thing, which could help his dodge. I could actually switch around some stats on Namor if I had this uniform. And then his last uniform, whoops, uniform upgrade, is Kid Kaiju, who I actually have at mythic. Now you see I have the bios. I just need those uniform chips. And in that last slot, you could put critical damage. That would really help Namor a tremendous amount. So Namor doesn't have quite the build as Hulk, to be perfectly fair, but we all know Namor is stronger. Even if they had the same build, he would be stronger. But you might be surprised at how well old Hulk actually does. So let's get into the ABX action and let's rock and roll. So we're going to start this with Namor, Mr. Numero Uno. Let's get this party started. We're going to switch to him. We're going to hit that 4, 5, and then go into the 3. Then we're going to do the 1, the 2. Then we're going to do the 4, 1, and then the 2, and then back into the 3. Hit the 5th skill, and hit the 2, then the tier 3. He slams down, hit the 4, and then start going to your other skill. Namor is pretty funky to play. It's something I don't really like about him. You really, sometimes with Namor, it's just luck, depending on where that damn proc lands. Sometimes the proc triggers exactly where you want it, sometimes it don't. But, you know, it is what it is. I actually had to play this a few times. You see the score in the top right-hand corner. I got a little over 4.2 million, almost 4.3 million with them. I mean, there's guys capping out the score, but again, they got Odin's Blessing all over him. Maybe a little bit more physical attack than me. I have 55% physical attack. Yeah, but, you know, the crazy thing about Namor is he can cap it out, even though he doesn't cancel the Beast Roar, which is insane. Really shows how strong this guy is. You see, we almost hit 2 million in the first minute. Let's do it. Let's do it. I mean, I like playing Namor, but he's been the meta so long, I'm actually sick of him. I really want someone else to replace him. I was really hoping Hulk would, although he just can't. He just isn't numero uno. But he can do really well, especially if you aren't very good at playing with Namor. And especially if you don't have Namor, if you can't get him because he's a paywall. You know, Apocalypse, you know, is just so expensive, and, you know, Hulk is just a good free-to-play option, as you'll see in the next run. But we're going to hit 3 million here pretty soon. Come on, Namor. You can do it, buddy. Boom. I mean, with Namor, there's also a lot of timing. That's something I like about him. He does require quite a bit of skill to play, even though it looks like you're just spamming your damn buttons. Come on, buddy. You're going down, punk. Going down. Pretty insane score right now for me, for this account. Usually, I mean, if I just come in here and I just play through this and I'm not actually trying, I only get about 3.6, 3.7 million. So when you actually come in here and you actually try and actually play a few rounds to try to achieve a better score, you can do a whole lot better with Namor, especially Namor. Come on, punk. Good thing we got that guard up so we didn't get stunned there. And we broke over 4 million right now, doing really well. This is actually the best run I've ever had with Namor. But, you know, if I ever slapped some Odin's Blessings, which I don't have any to spare, I would be putting in them on him, but I don't have them. And look at this. Not bad, almost 4.5 5 million. That's a personal best for me. But really, with this build, you could probably do around 4.8, maybe a little bit more. So let's take a look at Hulk. So Hulk is just a lot easier to play than Namor. Big time. He's got a solid set rotation that you can keep going and going and going, and you don't have to sit there and finagle your rotation around like you do with Namor once in a while. So I hit the 5, I hit the 3, do the clap, go into the 4, and then hit the 2, and then the 1, then go back into the 5, do the clap, do the 4, then we're going to do the 2 and the 1 again, 2, 1, 5, then hit the tier 3, cancel into the clap, and then do the 4. And, you know, Hulk is strong. I mean, he's got some power. Right now, the beast is not decreasing any damage received at all. I mean, Hulk almost got 1,000 or 1,000,000 points in 30 seconds, which is pretty crazy. It really shows how strong he is. But it's an easy rotation to maintain. Come on. Get it done. Get it done. And you'll see the tier 3. And you always want to make sure the jet comes down before you cancel into another skill. And you can cancel the tier 3 immediately. You'll get that 60% all attack right as soon as you hit that button. Here we go. And not bad. We're almost at 2 million. And you can see Namor's already a little bit ahead of him for sure. But not by some massive margin. You know, not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Actually, Hulk did a lot better here than I thought he was going to do. It actually makes me feel a little bit better. You see, I just canceled that tier 3. If you use that tier 3, you know, for me, I'd lose about 300,000 to 400,000 points. When I started canceling that tier 3, I gained that many points. That's a pretty big difference. So yeah, it is a bummer that his tier 3 just doesn't do much. Come on, come on, come on, boom. But he's a great option for those of you out there, again, that don't have Namor, that are trying to maybe conserve your resources for Apocalypse, because he is so expensive. Now, obviously, I'm going to keep playing with Namor because he's numero uno. You know, got to use the best guy. But I got to say, old Hulk really surprised me. I mean, look at this. We're going to hit 4 million. That's not bad. You know, just like Namor, Hulk does not cancel the Beast Roar. This is all his power. And it's not bad. I'm actually pretty surprised that he can do so much. I actually thought he was going to do like 3.5 million maybe. Now, he smashed that. And this was easy. This didn't take that many runs. I only had to do this like 3 times. So, I mean, he's just easier to play. Much more reliable as far as not getting silenced. And a lot cheaper than the other tier 2s or the other characters. Boom, look at this. Not bad. We're going to hit 4.3 million. Come on. So, I mean, Namor did, what, 160,000 more points? That's not a massive difference. Now, of course, if I had my Namor all jacked up and he was at Mythic and had his extra slot for his uniform option, he would have done better, for sure. But this actually surprised the living hell out of me. So, let me know how you're all feeling about Hulk. Damn near keeping up with Namor. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.